Today, our mission is to work smarter, not just harder. We're going to decode the recent previous year question data, specifically from 2022 to 2025, to help you build a strategic, laser-targeted revision plan. We're cutting right through the noise to show you exactly what the examiners have been prioritizing lately, and more importantly, how you need to adapt your study strategy right now.
Okay, let's dive straight into this roadmap. We'll be covering the syllabus versus reality, a rather lopsided 4-year window, the inside scoop on the connections trend, how to navigate the quiet topics, and we'll wrap it all up with your 5-step study plan. It's a structure designed to get us straight to some highly actionable advice.
Section 1. The Steel Structures Syllabus. Let's take a quick look at the official text versus reality.
So the official syllabus gives us this nicely balanced mix, right? You've got working, stress, and limit state design concepts, tension and compression members, beams, plate girders, connections, the whole shebang. And honestly, unlike some other GATE sections where the topics get totally scrambled, the 8 main previous year question tags map incredibly cleanly onto this text. It looks perfect on paper, but here is the real catch. The naming conventions, they aren't the issue. The real beast you're up against is actual exam coverage. Just because all 8 topics are listed doesn't mean they are getting equal airtime when test day rolls around.
Which brings us to Section 2, a lopsided 4-year window. Where exactly did all those questions go?
Because when you actually sit down and analyze the last 4 years of exam data, a very specific and, frankly, massive mystery emerges. Let's walk through this timeline. In 2022, they hit us with angle to gusset weld tension capacity. Come 2023, the focus shifted slightly to fillet-welded lap joints and tension forces. Moving into 2024, we got a direct recall question about elements that do not strengthen structural steel. And then, in 2025, they were asking for built-up column bolt values and circumferential weld torque. Are you noticing a theme here? Every single confirmed item from this 4-year cycle aggressively zeroes in on welded joints, bolts, or just basic material behavior. It is highly mechanical, highly specific formula work.
Section 3. Inside the Connections Trend. Now, what's really interesting about this next bit is the hard data driving recent exams.
The numbers here are just stark. 6 out of 6. That's right, 6 out of the 6 confirmed items we tracked between 2022 and 2025 directly involve a connection, a weld or a bolt, or they're testing basic material behavior. That is literally a 100% strike rate for this specific cluster of topics recently. Crazy, right?
But then, immediately contrast that with this number. 0. 0 out of 4 years. Across that exact same time frame, there were absolutely 0 confirmed items specifically testing compression members, beams, or plate girders. None. Major structural elements basically just ghosted the exam in this window. To put that into perspective, it's a genuinely thinner window compared to other subjects like concrete technology or strength of materials over those exact same years.
So, what does this all mean? Why this incredibly lopsided focus on connections? I mean, why is the exam seemingly ignoring half of the syllabus right now?
Well, the reality is we don't know for absolute certainty. There are a few possibilities here. First, this silence could represent a genuinely lower recent weightage for those other topics by the actual exam setters. Maybe the examiners are just temporarily favoring connections because, let's be honest, they're easier to formulate into tricky, rigorous 2-mark numericals that perfectly test those specific code provisions. Or, on the flip side, it could just be a quirk of incomplete tagging in the question archives we all use to study. That would mean the beam and girder questions actually are there, they're just hiding under broader, different labels. Now, this ambiguity, it creates some real tension for you as a test taker. But regardless of why it's happening, we absolutely need to know how to react to it.
That leads perfectly into Section 4, Navigating the Quiet Topics. Guys, whatever you do, don't fall for the trap.
Reacting incorrectly to this specific data could be fatal to your GATE score. And I do mean fatal. So the absolute most crucial point is captured perfectly in this quote from our source material. Don't mistake a quiet window for an off-syllabus topic. Let me say that again. Don't mistake a quiet window for an off-syllabus topic. Topics like compression members, beams, and plate girders carried real heavy marks in GATE CE papers before 2022. They remain squarely, undeniably on the official syllabus. A quiet 4 years is definitely no excuse to just drop them from your study schedule.
Instead, here's exactly how you should play this. Treat this recent trend as a massive neon sign pointing you toward a connection design deep dive. We know they love it right now, so perfect it. Get it down cold.
But, and this is the key, you have got to hedge your bets by pairing that with member design practice using older pre-2022 papers. Basically, use the history of the exam to balance out the recent quirks of the exam.
Section 5, your 5-step study plan. Let's turn all this analysis into a highly actionable revision strategy.
Okay, here are 5 concrete sequenceable actions for your revision. Step 1. Master fillet weld design cold. I'm talking about knowing your effective throat thickness and permissible stress formulas backward and forward. Step 2. Please don't neglect bolted joints. Shear and bearing values are absolute classic gate territory. Step 3. Keep member design in active revision. Seriously, do not let that slip. Step 4. Secure some easy marks by really knowing steel's basic material behavior. Understanding what raises or lowers strength and ductility is a super fast win. And finally, Step 5. Tie every single connection formula to its exact ISK 2007 clause. You have to know exactly which clause gives you the partial safety factors and permissible stresses.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates why Step 5 is just absolutely crucial. Take a look at this progression. In 2022, a question on weld lengths was worth 1 mark. By 2025, finding torque by a circumferential weld evolved into a really rigorous 2-mark numerical. These aren't just simple pop quiz definition questions, folks. They demand serious calculation skills and absolute utter fluency with the IS code.
So, I want to leave you with this thought. You have the data now. You absolutely know how to dominate connection designs today. But are you truly prepared if the exam setters suddenly shift gears and go right back to beams and plate girders next year? Make sure you cover your bases, use these insights wisely, and go dominate your gate prep. You've got this.